She sat at two pianos, left hand playing Bach, right hand playing Rachmaninoff, and in between she breathed life into it all with jazz. Her technique was dazzling, like a circus act. The legendary Art Tatum once said after hearing her play, "Well, I guess I can retire now." Hazel Scott, a name that once ruled the stage. So why did the world forget her? This isn't just the story of a jazz pianist. It's about talent. Brilliant, raw talent that refused to bow to the world's prejudice. Hazel was born in 1920 in Port of Spain, Trinidad. Her mother, Alma Scott, was a classically trained pianist who gave up everything for her daughter. By the age of 3, Hazel was playing melodies she had only heard by ear. "Mom, that note's wrong." She would correct adults before she could even write, stunning everyone as she played church hymns on the piano. After moving to New York, Alma worked as a cook, cleaner, and seamstress just to pay rent. But Hazel's musical education, she never let that go. When 8-year-old Hazel played for a Juilliard professor, he said, "She's a genius, plain and simple." Winter 1939, New York's first integrated jazz club, Cafe Society, a groundbreaking space where black and white audiences shared music, stage, and room. That's where 19-year-old Hazel made her debut. Club owner Barney Josephson asked Billie Holiday, "Hazel Scott? Who's that?" He wasn't convinced she had the chops. Billie answered simply, "Just put her on stage. You'll see." The crowd came expecting the usual blues and swing from a black performer. Instead, she gave them Bach, then Liszt, then Rachmaninoff. But soon classical melted into jazz. Her music carried the elegance of the concert hall and the fire of the swing floor. Wearing a white satin gown that shimmered against her brown skin, gardenias in her hair, and a diamond bracelet flashing at her wrist. She didn't just play the room, she owned it. Hollywood came calling. "You're too talented to just play music." They saw a star, a potential actress, but her first film role? A maid, a reminder that in the 1940s, America, black women had only one place in cinema. Being a black woman doesn't mean I'm limited to playing maids. Why do you insist on locking me into those roles? I want to be myself, my voice, my face on screen. She made it part of her contract. Miss Hazel Scott as herself. A demand for dignity. A declaration of identity. She refused to be anyone's shadow. In 1950, she launched The Hazel Scott Show, the first U.S. television program hosted solely by a black woman. Decades before Oprah, there was Hazel. Airing piano sets and casual conversations, the show radiated with class, talent, and grace. But then came the politics. She spoke up, joined civil rights protests, called out injustice, and soon was summoned to testify before the House Un-American Activities Committee. People love our music, but don't want to sit beside us while they listen. What sense does that make? Her words were bold, too bold for television. Her show was pulled after just 3 months. No matter how good you are, you're still black. That's what she got in return. No applause, just silence. So she left, headed for France. In the 1950s, Paris was home to a growing black artistic community. Hazel found refuge there, alongside Billie Holiday, James Baldwin, Dizzy Gillespie. "Hazel, you're cooking tonight, right?" Her home became a gathering place. Music, food, cigarettes, laughter, a salon full of life and fire. She never let go of her classical roots. She re-recorded Tea for Two, played the arrangements Art Tatum had once taught her. Her music deepened, matured. About 10 years later, in the mid-1960s, she returned to the U.S., but the world had changed. Motown pop, British rock had taken over. Her refined classical jazz? Out of fashion, audiences moved on, small gigs, the occasional TV appearance. Hazel did what she could to get by. In 1981, at just 61, she died of pancreatic cancer. She didn't just play, she resisted, she fought. She was beautiful. Would her life have been different if she had lighter skin? If she had stayed quiet? Would she have lasted longer? Maybe. But then, she wouldn't have been Hazel Scott. Hazel paved the way, not just for Nina Simone, Mahalia Jackson, or Diane Reeves, but for every black woman artist who came after. She proved they had the right to exist, to lead, to shine. It's time we say her name again. Hazel Scott, a star that should never have dimmed. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more.